This week's episode of the SupChef podcast is brought to you by SnipFeed. This is an amazing system that creates basically a profile for you, and you can link up all your stuff, and then you have basically one link to put in your bio. If you are a restaurant, if you are a creator, if you are anything, if you basically just have any type of social profile, you need to call SnipFeed immediately. My man Justin over there has been literally incredible, and I would recommend that you get on there right now. But tell him that SupChef sent you, all right? So today we had Dente Diva on the podcast. She is so fun. She's such a bright light. She basically started TikTok. So, everyone over at Food TikTok has to give her a big shout out and thank you. So, I'm just going to let you go check it out. It was a blast. Well, T, thank you so much for joining the podcast. It's ever since I've been on TikTok, I've always seen your food stuff, and you've been doing it for a little while now, like probably like a year, right? Maybe more.
Yes, more than a year. Yeah.
That's amazing. So how did this all start for you? Like TikTok or content creation, or where were you before?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
I'm so honored to be on here. This is so cool, and best of luck with the podcast. This is so cool you're doing this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, I guess I'll talk about my TikTok career since that's how I really know you.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
TikTok actually reached out to me to join, which is crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, they reached out to me when they were trying to switch from Musical.ly to TikTok. And I was on the fence about doing it. And then once they reached out to me, I was like, hell yeah, I'll do this.
Right.
So I started doing it, but there were not a lot of, I kicked myself because there weren't a lot of cooks or chefs or anyone. It was really just dancing a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I kind of did it, but didn't really put my all into it. And I was in the creator program and everything. It was going great.
Wow.
Yeah. They had a creator program in the beginning to get people moved over to TikTok. I actually got Matt from Grok Roy's Barbecue.
Yeah.
I referred him, so he joined TikTok for that too. And then I didn't really take it that seriously, to be totally honest with you. I just kind of thought, because I'd worked with apps before. Okay. I didn't really know TikTok was going to be what TikTok is now.
Right.
I would have busted my ass on there had I have known.
Well, I mean, you're still a massive creator on the app, so.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. It just, it's nuts to see what it's become, especially from when it started. I remember posting food videos and people were like, what the hell is this?
Right. Well, I've told this story 1,000 times because the majority of people that come on this are content creators that I've met through TikTok. But I had it as well when it was Musical.ly, but it was not what it certainly was, and I didn't post anything, of course.
Yeah.
But then I think I saw like I've said, some celebrities starting to do it, so I was like, let me just make some pizza on here, and then it is what it is. So were you creating content for other apps previously then?
Yeah, I mean, I was on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was on I've been fortunate to work with a lot of apps, but apps you've never heard of. Okay. So they want creators to go on there because I'm not really that much of a PG person, but on social media I am. Yeah. So all of my content is super PG.
Okay.
So they're like, hey, this is super a non-controversial person, just pumping out content, and I really don't show myself that much on camera. It's usually just the food and what I'm doing. So I feel like I'm very appealing to apps that they could just put whatever my food out there. So I mean, you name it, Facebook, YouTube, all the big ones, and then ones you've never heard of also.
Sure. That's amazing. So no, I've noticed that you're generally you don't just make food content, but that's basically the thesis of your work, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any restaurant or any type of experience before that? Or, I mean, you have very solid cooking. It's home cooking, but it's very, very
Thank
solid.
you.
It
looks
amazing. So.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I worked at a deli when I was 14. I was 13 and I lied and I said I was 14 to get the job.
Yeah.
And I worked at a deli, but how Jersey, you're from New York, it's the bagel places around here are no joke.
Yeah.
So I would have to go there, have my mom drop me off at 13 years old, 14 years old at 3 o'clock in the morning when the people were making the bagels. The shop would open at 4:30. That's why I make bacon, egg, and cheeses all the time, because I learned how to make bacon, egg, and cheeses on the flat top when I was working. But other than that, I have no restaurant or like culinary experience whatsoever other than being the oldest of 4 kids and cooking for like my family. That's it.
Right. And obviously you have Italian heritage. So you have, I mean, I'm presuming through
Yeah,
the
well, my
disease.
father's, but my mother's Russian, so
Oh,
I didn't
really?
learn how to cook. Yeah, my mother's from Russia.
Oh, that's amazing.
She was born. Yeah, she was born in the Middle East and came here.
Okay.
But she didn't teach me. She was learning how to cook Italian food when she married my dad. He was like, you got to learn how to like make sauce.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't really learn from her. I kind of just learned like on my own.
Wow, that's amazing. I never would have guessed that because like the way you cook is like very much like generational Italian. Because I grew up like with Italian family and stuff, and we did, we ate like that. So that's cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool to learn. I love this. What I love about the podcast is like I get to see your TikToks, and I love your TikToks. But I know,
Thank you.
That's 30 seconds or a minute at most of your
into
life.
someone's life. Yeah.
And these people like are so like they have this such crazy depth, and so I'm enjoying. We're definitely enjoying the podcast because of this kind of stuff.
I bet the people that you've had on have been awesome too. Like this is great. I hope it continues. Good luck to many future seasons of this.
I certainly appreciate that. Well, and hopefully we'll have you back too. And we're not done certainly, but I love this just because it's just like a conversation.
Yeah.
So
me too. I would love to come in anytime. Yeah, for sure.
Sweet. So you said that you worked with other apps and stuff like that. So that's got to be pretty cool then to kind of see the apps like grow. I mean, like
most of them don't.
Sure,
most of them don't. They want to so badly, and then they reach out to creators, and then most of them just like flop, or it doesn't work, or you think it's gonna work, and you're like, wow, this is really getting big. TikTok is legit the only one I've ever worked with that has blown up that I'm like, holy crap, that's why I didn't expect it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. It's crazy, but to see the talent, like the level of talent every day, I see a new cooking platform or somebody's reach out to me that, wants me to look at their stuff, and it's crazy. I mean, I think my first TikTok was like December. Like couple days after Christmas, I think I made a TikTok. So it seems like I'm a veteran, but it's only like less than a year. But man, there's like people that come on and they've only been like 1 month and they're just killing it. And it's cool.
I know.
It's cool. But the talent pool is huge now.
It's cool, and it's crazy too, because it can be discouraging because when you've been on for so long and then you see people that have just been on, they're like, oh, I just for a fluke uploaded my first video like first day of quarantine, and they have like 60 million followers. I'm like, wow,
I know
what, but I'm happy for them.
No, for sure.
But,
I get it,
because the truth is you're not going to get a lot of followers unless you have great content. So it's not that they don't have good content, they have amazing things. It's just people are like, how long have you been on? I'm like, it's been a long time. I've been on for a while now.
I know.
But
it's like TikTok is the perfect storm because it's like it's such a great app, and then it gave once the like, I don't know, we call it the quarantine. Once everything happened with the virus, people were at home, and it was just bizarre, and everybody had so much time. And that's when things happen. At least for me, that's when I started to see like this huge peak in growth and for TikTok and myself and stuff like that. So
I really think that there was something like that happened that people, if you were on TikTok for a while, and then if you just started, I feel like TikTok like knew if you just started or something like that. Because I know a lot of people that have been on it for me. I mean, like around with me. Yeah. And growth was like pretty consistent, but I think not that they favor newer accounts, but I think something like happened in the algorithm when they're like, oh, and I don't know, like everyone has
like the app encouraging
new you. Yes, exactly. So what I thought was going to happen was I'm like, okay, COVID is here. I'm going to crush it in the social media game right now because everyone's going to be cooking from home. Like, I do like basic stuff like a Pillsbury can, whatever. And the exact opposite happened. Everyone opened an account. So now it's like so much harder to get your things seen and so much harder to grow and so much harder just to be in the game right now because everyone's cranking out content. It's wild.
Definitely. And I agree with that 100%. And it's funny because I've kind of talked about this a little bit, like the peaks and valleys. Like I'll have like a really good week with social media and then I'll have like a really bad week. And then I'm like wondering if like TikTok like banned my account, and I'm like,
how many times have you heard if I've been shadow banned?
I
Everyone
know,
thinks
I
they're
know,
shadow
I
banned.
know, I know.
It's like, oh, that's it. I'm shadow banned.
I know, it's crazy, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like, as I've definitely had like spans of time where I've gotten really low views, and like for
Mm-hmm.
people who don't like necessarily know like about TikTok, it's I'm sure everybody does at this point, but when we're talking about like views and stuff like that, it's kind of up to the algorithm basically, because you
Mm-hmm.
can put out a video that I think you and maybe your peers would think is phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
and it just for some reason just doesn't work, and vice versa. You could put out a video that's like a last minute, like, hey, just check this out, and it can do very, very well.
It's crazy.
It is.
Just when you think that you have TikTok figured out, I can spend like 40 minutes on a video and editing, and I'll just put like something that I think is like a BS like upload, and then I'm like, oh, like a million views. Like what? It's always messing with you. I feel like
it is totally. And like there's like we had this awesome collaboration last night. I got on the phone with Chef Kuso, Peter's Pasta.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Chef Don Poppy Eats, and Ahmed the Golden Balance, which are like
I love all those
my guys, you know, and and there's so many more. And I can go on for like an hour about how many people I love on that app, but I just thought like they're big faces on the app, and so we did like the mom's night out TikTok, like the super viral one, and we like recreated it. And I woke up and I looked at the For You page, and it was the song was trending, and food TikTok, like hashtag food TikTok was trending. So I called them. I'm like, guys, because we were planning on
like this is it. This is our moment.
Because I was like, all right, we'll do it on Sunday. Everybody's always on the app on Sunday. But I'm like, no, it's got to happen.
Time
today.
is now. Strike while the iron's hot.
It performed literally the worst video I've had in months. And I'm calling these guys. I feel terrible.
I didn't see it.
Exactly.
I didn't see it.
Nobody did.
Oh, that sucks.
No, it's funny. I mean, but like what I was kind of saying, like for people that maybe don't understand, like we're kind of talking shop, like behind the scenes of like what a creator, you know, looks like. Because you might like, you know, you never really know. Peter's Pasta, I talk about him a lot because he was like a huge creator when I started, and then I like you said, I bumped up so quick, and then we had like the same amount of followers when he did the podcast. I had like maybe a couple, and it doesn't matter to me about more or less. I love that guy. I want him to have all the followers.
Yeah,
but we were talking about how we were like in the same boat, and like, you know, this is going on for me, and I'm getting these emails, and this is working out. And then he literally the next day posts this video that gets, I think it's up to 30 million views. Like Bella Porch, like Charlie D'Amelio, like style video, and he jumped up. He just hit like
I saw he hit
1.2 million.
Wow.
And he
I
got
feel
verified,
like once,
and I mean it's amazing.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Once it goes. Like I had a super viral video in January. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I had a super viral video in January. I did the 1-pan egg sandwich.
Oh yeah.
And it got like
was
20.
It the bread?
Yes.
Well, that was like not just that was viral, but that was like so everybody recreated that.
I have like Food Network did it. You have no idea how many. I'm sorry. 1 second.
No problem. Yeah,
Of course, I like haven't coughed like 6 months, and now when I'm doing this,
no problem.
But I said to my husband, like, it got like 25, I think, million views, but that was in January when no one was on the freaking app. I'm like, could you imagine if that happened now?
I know, it's crazy.
Like the money you make from the creator program, all that stuff. I would like that would have been the coolest thing ever. But that was definitely by far my most viral video. That one.
Yeah, it's cool because it's funny because the bacon, egg, and cheese thing, you brought that up, and it's funny because a lot of people think that. I mean, I had one big video before, but then I don't know if you ever heard of the creator Sham NYC. So he's this young. Oh
God! Listen, nothing against him, but his fans.
They're brutal.
I cannot. And you know what he did though? Actually, Sham NYC. I have a person. This is like, I know we're supposed to keep it light, but there's somebody that I know from Instagram that like rips off every single other person's videos, and he bought like 1 million of the, not really 1 million, but he bought so many followers on Instagram, and I saw that he did the video on did the egg flip on video on TikTok. So I saw that guy like did a thing, and I was like, oh, this is my original, by the way. If you want to like, just tagged him like this is the original video.
Okay.
So he did a duet with my video and like shredded me to like a part. Was like, no bev, no sauce, no seasoning, the whole thing. And I was like, are you kidding me? You're like reviewing all these other it's videos that are the ripoff of this one, and you're saying that this one is terrible. But the only reason I say like I respect him for like his because his fans are insane.
Yeah,
he like has such a following, and he's like I think he's a teenager. Right?
I think he's only 16.
Yeah, I think he's doing a great job, and it's awesome what he.
I know what you're saying.
Jesus Christ, there's the no sauce, no bev. Whatever bev, no seasoning. I wanna because I do bacon, egg, and cheese all the time, and my comments are 30,000. Where's the bev? I'm like, oh my god.
Well, so I hear you, and it's I have a opposite view of him because I had like a couple.
Because he liked you. He probably did. Yeah. He probably said you were good.
Yeah,
that's why.
Exactly.
Of course you like him because you said he liked your food.
Well, here's the deal: it's like people were commenting in my videos, like, "Hey yo, where's the bev? Hey yo, where the bev? Hey, no sauce." Like, and I was like, "What's going on? Where's this always come from?" And then I see Sham NYC, and like all the
his fans don't mess.
No, they're like crazy. So then I looked into it, and I follow this kid, and I personally think even before he cracked me up, I have kind of I like when people get roasted, to be honest. So roast me for sure. But I studied. I went through his TikTok, and I was like, okay, this is what he likes. This is what he likes. This is what he likes. So I made it like basically his sandwich. Like tried to like perfect it.
That's you cheated.
I cheated 100%.
You cheated. That's it.
I agree 100%. And
you cheated on the test.
I will admit that I cheated, but he gave me like the 10 out of 10. And then that was kind of like when my account started like really growing, was like all these like Sham fans were like, yo, first 10 out of 10. Like, yo, he even had, cause I picked up the sandwich, and his Sham like roast people if they don't have a bev. Like you can make the perfect meal. And then you like take a bite out of it, and if you don't have like a beverage or something like in the shot, for people who don't necessarily know what I'm talking about, he'll roast you about it.
It's ridiculous.
So I picked the sandwich up.
Good for him, but it's crazy to think that you're gonna make TikTok videos
and then have a beverage.
And go to the fridge and get a bev so that you don't get roasted by this guy. It's just crazy.
I don't do it anymore. People once in a while still say no bev, but I picked up the sandwich, and I went to take a bite, and then I kind of pulled a orange juice like in, and it was
like
just,
last second.
Yeah, and they were just like, I just like wanted. I knew these fans were like extremists, so I'm like, let's just give it to them. You know what I mean? And I totally cheated. You're 100% right. But
total. Every time they tag him, I'm always like, he's not gonna like. Please don't. Please don't, because we all know what's gonna happen.
Well, yeah. I mean, I never got. Even if it was a bad thing, like I know this other creator named Ari Monica. She does like food, but she does like a lot of, like beauty and stuff like that too. And we followed each other like really on the app when we were both like, I don't know, we didn't have much followers, but she got like roasted by him too. But she was like kind of took it like a lighthearted way. But man, there's some pretty vicious people on the app too, though.
It's turned me into such a defensive person.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, because I used to be so lighthearted about it. I mean, I've been really on social media for a really, really long time, and I never really cared.
Yeah.
But like, I cannot cook with a tortilla without people like absolutely like ripping and roasting me. Like, and I'm like, food is for me something like exciting. It's fun. It's like you can use all different things. It's like not, I don't know, but people will say something and I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? Like, that's what I ask now. And they're like, oh no, I just meant it like this. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm like, used to people being so mean.
You're right.
So like,
well, I'll tell you,
it makes you, after years and years and years and years and years of it, not just like a couple comments, but if you have like a viral video that gets a couple million and people are like ripping you, like telling you you're not allowed to use ingredients, asking you like what, like, this is disgusting. Who would eat this? I hope she didn't feed it to her kids. Like,
yeah, they're brutal.
I put up a video of what I made for my 2-year-old, and it was like, I don't know if you have kids, but like my kid doesn't like.
Yeah, I have an almost 4-year-old. So I
Okay.
get it.
My kids don't like sit down on the weekends and like have like a meal. They're like snacking.
Okay.
So I made like a little platter, like a little plate,
Yeah.
just like a cheese, like, you know, stuff or whatever. And someone was like, this is why America has obesity problems.
Oh,
Your kid's
Lord.
your kid's gonna get high cholesterol and all this stuff. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like it's a snack. I am like,
it's crazy.
People just go into it turns you into like a defensive person, and like it's weird, you know, because I'm not really like that. But on social media, people come hard.
I totally get it. And one thing that I had to just do for myself was I made a video, I made a vegan like video, and it basically just took like a carrot. I knew this very well.
I remember that. This is, I think, one of the major videos that me and you started talking.
Okay. Well, yeah, I made this like
you like roasted the carrot, right? Yeah, I remember that.
And
video.
To be completely honest, like I took the idea from a very, very famous chef named Rene Redzepi, who was kind of categorized as like the greatest chef in like our era. He owns this restaurant in like Denmark, but regardless, so they just like treat their vegetables like meats. So I like sear the steak and I like roast it as like a vegetarian thing, and I serve it with a salad. And I got so much hate from vegetarians, like, I can't believe you would call this a meal. And so I was like, I deleted the video, like it bothered me. And then and then I like talked to a couple other creators, and they're like, first of all, like, if they're roasting you, that means that the algorithm is just going to keep pumping you know, and you're going to get bigger views. So just let it ride and just get thick skin. And I cooked and did competitions like kind of my whole life. Well, my whole adult life.
That's so cool.
Thank you. And then so I kind of like built this like tough like exterior about like getting critiqued, especially on food. But then I just like I totally switched my mindset. I was like, I'm going to read every comment as if it was my friend, like saying something like in a joking way. And even if it's like kind of a condescending comment. I mean, if somebody says like, I hate you or you're a loser, like, well, then you're just a troll. I don't really care. But if someone's like, you know, like says something like, you know, about the video that's like kind of like roasting me, then I just like laugh at it now. I just try to like envision it as like somebody's like just joking. And I try to.
Yeah, I try to too. I mean, in Jersey, me and my friends, like if people heard the way we talk to each other, it's like you would think like we hate each other, but we love each other. It just that's the way that you cannot be around each other without absolutely picking on the other person, roasting them for every move.
Right.
So I really do like try to take it lightheartedly and try to be cool about it. It's just sometimes like it really does make me just like defensive. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is my new strategy now. I say, what do you mean by that? Before I say something rude, I wait to see what they say. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't know you meant it like that. I was going to take it like in a weird way because it's just, it really can get you. And the more followers that you have, the more people you're just like, oh my God.
Well,
like, whoa.
I know it's wild. And I'll tell you, like, when I first started, I maybe had like 30,000 followers, which it seems like a tremendous amount, but it's really not in a way. I guess it's just hard to say like 30,000 followers doesn't change your life by any means. So, I think I had like 30,000 followers, and this kid who was like a musician, I don't remember his name, and I don't, even if I knew it, I probably wouldn't say it, but he was like, made like a very, very rude comment about my cooking. And it was like what you said earlier, like it was like a bigger problem thing. Like it was like, this is what's wrong with cooking and chefs and Americans or whatever, you know, it was this big thing, right? So I go on his page and he has like, you know, he has like 1,000 followers, and he's a musician. So he's like, he's a creator who's just trying his best too.
Like, you should get it. You should like get it.
If anybody should get it, it's you.
Yes.
So I go on his page and I'm like, I comment on every video. I think he only had like 10 videos. I'm like, dude, this is really great music. And I just like blow him up with positivity. And then I like followed him and sent him a message, and I was like, dude, you should just be careful about who you're talking to, because, you know, like, I'm just a creator just like you're a creator. And I was like, you know, thinking back about it, it's like, yeah, it's kind of a toxic thing to do, and I shouldn't have wasted my time. But I don't know, I think those are little things that like if you're a creator on the app, like, why are you swinging around, swinging at people? It's just odd. It's just
It's
odd.
so weird. I've had a couple people too that have said it's so funny because my husband is always like, leave it alone, and I'm like, I can't leave it alone. I can't. I just can't. I can't. Like, I have to say something. It just is not in my nature. I mean, I will, like, but if it riles me up, and if I like read something and I feel something about it, no matter what, good or bad, I'm replying. Right. I'm replying, even if it's good or bad. So so many times people have said something to me, and I've like clapped back at them, and I gain a follower. They always follow me back.
And
like,
like,
you don't have to
sorry.
Be like F you. Yeah, like F you, this or that. But I usually try to come back with like something that's like, just whatever. Like, if you say something, and they're like, oh crap, they talk to you because they don't think that you're gonna reply.
Yeah, and a lot of times if you're like, they're like if they say something and it's like really nasty, and you just like, you know what, like, you just reply any way that you reply. They're like, I'm sorry, I'm having a bad day.
I didn't think you would have seen that.
I never would have thought you would have saw this. And then they're like, I'm sorry, your food looks really good. And you're like,
yeah.
Grow up.
Always. It's always. And they're like, oh, sorry. Like, I really like I make all your recipes. I'm like, what?
I know.
Like, Chuck's Flavor Train, you know how everyone I think now knows he has so many followers on that app.
Guy.
Great guy. Awesome guy. So he did the Gordon. He got duetted by Gordon Ramsay, which I'm sure you already know.
Yeah.
So he did his video on like, and he commented and was like, yo, like Gordon, and like said something. And I replied to his comment. And I was like, shut up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He knew how I meant it.
Right.
If you have a minute, go to that thread.
I bet
because it's
nasty.
Every person being like, yo, she's just pissed because her food sucks. And like, she just like ripping me. And I'm like, or like, why don't you shut up? Leave him alone. Like, why are you so pressed? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is my friend.
I know.
I'm saying it to him in a way that he knows how I'm saying it. I'm like saying it like Valley Girl, like, oh my God, shut up. And he knows that.
Yeah, I get
I'm not really, you think I'm really screaming at him to shut up?
Yeah.
Well, like, people just jump in and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, and you can get dogpiled pretty quick, Like, people just like see somebody hurt and they're willing to come and throw a kick. You know what I mean? It's brutal.
Absolutely.
It's brutal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're like, you can't season your food. That's why you're mad. I'm like, ouch.
I know, right?
I didn't even mean it like that.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Jesus Christ.
I know.
The gloves are coming off.
I said to Nick Giovanni the other day, because
he's a knife guy, right? That chucks the knives on the cutting board.
Yeah, he's gotten massive in like the last month, like 1 million followers in like a month.
Oh wow!
Yeah, unbelievable. And I commented on one of his posts, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can you because like he does like very like he's very tutorial based, okay? So I was like, but obviously he's like very handsome looking dude." And this is the second podcast where I talk about him, so I don't know. I got to figure out how to not do that. But anyway, so I just commented like as a joke, which I do with all my creator friends. I was like, "Hey, dude, can you help me be more handsome?" And the thread on that one is pretty funny. Like
I can only imagine.
One dude was like, he ain't a miracle worker. I was dying. It was funny, but again, if you read it as a joke, like I try to take it as a joke because I know like some people, it's just funny to me. But man, if you can get
a lot
jumped
of times
on pretty quick.
A lot of times they really do make me laugh, and I'll like write to them like that actually just made me laugh out loud. If 100%. It does, but if it's done in like a mean way, I'm like, this is the way I feel like it, and like I will defend myself to the end on this one. Yeah. I feel like if someone does a duet on me or like says something or whatever on a different thing, I will always comment like respectively, even Sham NYC. I was like, dude, it's not my fault you can't see the seasoning, but like whatever, like I was like fucking like messing with him a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you come onto my page and you're in my house,
100%.
That's how I feel like don't come into my house.
Yeah.
And be telling me that I did what I should have done or I didn't do it wrong and that looks disgusting or whatever. But then when you're in my house, get mad at me for clapping back to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people will comment like, hey, that was a little rude, wasn't it? I was like, hold on a minute. I'm like, let me get this straight. I'm like, I can put something up on my own page. Someone that I do not know can come over, tell me that it looks like garbage. And then I say to them, like, well, there's a million other food pages. Like, go find one that you like then. And then I'm mean.
I know.
I'm like, all right.
Well, I did that for
I'll take it.
I did that for a little while too. Like when I was first starting out, I made a video about it was supposed to be a joke. It was like at the time where there was this bizarre audio going around. It was like an alien singing or something. I don't really remember. But anyway,
Good old TikTok.
Yeah. So I just took like watermelon, like slices, and like chopped it up real fine. Like tried to do like nice Brunoise with it. But I cut the rind like into it. It was like just a troll, like on purpose, and just to like try to piss people off. You know what I mean? Just like it was totally a troll move, right? And I didn't comment one time in the whole video, right? And it started to get a little traction. Like people were seeing it. Kuso was making fun of people, and people like, and then this kid said, something along the lines of like when your mom, something like he said like something along the lines of like when your mom said it. I don't know what they're saying it like when you have food at home, but this is the food you have at home.
Oh yeah.
Or like called me something like that, but it was about
like when your mom says no to McDonald's because you have food at home.
That's
like
what it
those
was.
Kind of yeah.
They're like when something like that, but it had to do with a cook named Matt. So there was so many comments on the video, and I never commented. I didn't reply, which was way beyond my normal nature. But I just was trying to have fun with this one video. Because I knew it was going to piss people off, like me cutting the rind. So then this kid says that about a cook named Matt, basically saying that like, when you have when you have a cook named Matt at home, but this is the cook, So then I said something like I replied and I said like, well, your mom always has me at home, and it got massive. Like the comment had no likes, and my comment had so many likes, and a cook named Matt was like, oh my God, and a Kuso, and everybody joined in on it, and I felt bad a little bit for saying that, but you know what, if you're going to say something, you gotta be willing to take it, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I love that. So great.
I should have brought that TikTok up because I had trouble explaining that, but it was pretty funny. I've roasted a bunch of people on there. I always go with the mom thing just because nobody likes that.
You always go with the mom thing because everyone on it is 11, so it applies. It works. Like, okay, this is how I diss a 12-year-old.
Exactly.
Talk about their mom.
Exactly. I know. I'm gonna start making Fortnite videos soon.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So, and you knew some of these creators like before, right? You said you were telling me about Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, I am like 99% sure he joined TikTok because I was like, you have to join TikTok, and Matt too, and it's like, it is fun.
Wait, Matt's from Jersey too, right?
Yeah, but my husband's met him. I've never met him before.
Oh,
I drove to, I know that's so weird, but I donated a bunch of Sabret hot dogs. I have a great relationship with that company. They're like such a phenomenal company.
Okay.
And he was doing like a fundraiser. So we had just gotten friendly, and I was like, I'm going to drive you down like 500 hot dogs.
Wow.
So I had my husband do it just because social media is weird too. You're like, to your husband and family, I'm going to go meet someone. I'm going to go meet this dude at 2 hours away and drop him off. Like, I'm like, you do it. Because you just never, I don't know,
no, I get it.
I'm like, you do it. You take the afternoon drive. Yeah. So he drove the hot dogs down. But I mean, I've known these guys, Bam, a grill master. I've known him for forever.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. It's just so cool to see them grow like crazy,
Yeah, definitely. I really didn't know anyone beyond the app. Peter's Pasta is the only guy I knew like of, but yeah, I made some amazing connections, and then I've just become like huge fans of people too. Like I'm a huge fan of have you ever heard of Coffee Bay? I think it's like Coffee Bay 97, just like one of those like super aesthetic accounts, just makes like coffee close-up videos. Like I don't know, I'm such a big fan of TikTok. I think that's why like I love the app.
We all are.
Right.
It's you please. I don't want to hear anyone say that they're on the app and don't love it. And if you say that, then give yourself like a week.
No, it's amazing.
Because you can't. There's something for everybody, and it's like this is why TikTok is my preferred app other than Instagram. Instagram, I feel like Instagram you go on to follow people and TikTok Instagram you go on to watch people videos. Yeah. TikTok you go on to watch people you don't know's videos.
Right.
I'm barely on my following. You swipe and you see the follow.
Yeah,
I do that to give some love to the people that I'm following.
Me too.
But for the most part, I'm on the For You page, like
Yeah.
scrolling away,
Me
laughing my
too.
ass off, sharing videos. Like, this is great. And getting ideas.
Yeah.
Call it research, and then you can scroll as long as you want.
Right. Yeah.
And no one says anything to you.
Well, it's funny. You
Leave
say
me
that.
alone. I'm doing my research.
I know, right? Yeah. I'm working. No,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
no, but seriously, like one of the things that I've always done is I try to comment on like almost every video. Just because like that's kind of how I gained a lot of traction too. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Shy and Awkward Guy. He does like he's just like a comedian, and he you've probably seen his videos. He had like the biggest videos. But he's super hilarious. And I commented on one of his videos when I had like no followers, and I had like 30,000 likes or something on his comment. And so like just I like trying to add value to the videos, especially of people I like or videos that I like, because I think the comment section of TikTok is like the best part.
There's a video I want to send you after this, and you just fly to the comments, because I can watch a video for like literally 3 seconds, and I'm like, shoot to the comments. Yep. And I'm like, this is I'll send my sister-in-law videos all the time. I'm like, you don't even need to really watch the video, just please read the comments. It's great.
It's so
people
funny.
Are so funny. And isn't it insane how creative people are on there?
Yeah.
But it gives you a platform that Instagram just doesn't.
I agree.
And all these other places just don't. If you have a good video and it's like sucks, because sometimes, we're talking about getting shadow banned, and I'll go in a lull and I'll be talking to like my friends about it, like other creators. And I'm like, it sucks to say it like this, but like the truth is, like, these videos, just people don't want to see this. That's it. Yeah, like, that's as simple as it is. Sometimes. If you don't have a good video and like people just don't want to see it, it's not going to perform well. Right. And that's the only app that you could retry it later. People are in a different mood in a couple of weeks and they might want to watch it a little longer. Fine. Yeah. But for the most part, you could be a nobody, I don't mean it like, I just mean like you could just open an account. Yeah, that's what I mean. You could have no followers. And you could put up a video, and if people like it, it's going to get seen. I know. It's not like Instagram where, you have 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, and those people are going to see your video. It's like TikTok. You have every opportunity for anyone to see your video. Totally. It's great.
And I actually had a conversation, and I don't care. I'm not an app developer. So if anybody listens to this and wants to take it, please do it. I had a conversation with a friend of mine like a long time ago, like 2-3 years ago, a long time ago. And he was actually on the podcast named Corey Siegel. And I was like, how amazing would it be if on Instagram, one day out of the year, every single person on the app followed that one person. And they just switched it or whatever and just gave you the ability to meet and see different people, insane. Right? So like you could be a very cool artisan, you can make coffee tables or whatever, be a chef, right? And you just don't know how to build your following. And just for one day, everybody on that app follows you. And then if they choose to continue to follow you, they can hit that button or whatever, or they pass to the next day to the person that makes coffee. You know what I mean? That's totally, I think, kind of what TikTok gives you the ability to do. Is like
it really, really does. And everybody should be able to feel that viral video feeling at least once.
I know.
That notifications going off. And isn't it's just the followers going, like leaving the app, coming back, like 500 people, like, like this now. It is the coolest feeling. And it's almost embarrassing to say, because I wish I could, like years ago, I'd be like, I'm not chasing the viral videos. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's the truth is I really am. I really am. I'm checking, I'm refreshing. I'm like, is this going to go? I'm like, is it going to take off? Is it not? Is it what's going to happen? And then the delay, now there's like the delayed takeoff, but that feeling is such a cool feeling.
I know.
It really, crazy. Really is.
Yeah, I know.
It's the best.
It's weird because like, and this is a conversation I had with a cook named Matt, was like, I've been trying, I've been on Instagram and I've been trying to show people what I do in the industry, in the culinary industry, like on social media, and try to like get that to be like a vessel for me to be like kind of this entertainer in a sense. But I've been trying to do that since Instagram was alive, and since I started cooking. And then I made this like pretty awful TikTok when like the Tiger King video, like like when that, like, I don't know if you like remember like the Tiger King documentary on Netflix or whatever.
Remember it. I'm never gonna forget it. It's like in my heart.
Right. So like that was like such a big thing on the app for a while, and I just used that audio and I made like stripes like on a like a marinade or whatever on a pork chop, and that was like the first time I felt it, and it got like, I don't know, it got like a million views or whatever, but
It's awesome.
yeah, but like I was like on Instagram, if I got like 12 likes in like an hour, I'm like felt like Hollywood was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
call
you're
me. You
like,
know what
this
I
is
mean?
it. Yeah, this is on my way to
Yeah.
the blue check mark. Here we go.
Right.
It's happening. I had a video hit on Instagram
Really
like 6 months ago, and it got like, I think 7 million views, and it was me making Alfredo. I can't believe it. I know, on Instagram.
That's crazy.
And it got like 6 or 7 million views, and 93% of the comments are Italian people absolutely shredding me apart.
Yeah, but, you know,
and it was fine.
Well,
it was fine.
Well, at
I
least
was like,
TikTok
it's okay.
prepared you for that a little bit, because like
TikTok did.
If I made a viral video right now and everybody roasted it, big deal. To be honest, like
I wouldn't even care. I'd be like, let's go.
I made a pizza. Okay, so most people know at this point, but I'm kind of like the pizza guy on TikTok a little bit, and
don't be modest. You totally are the pizza guy. You're not kind of like you're the pizza guy.
Well, there's some other great creators, but anyway, I kind of went out of my comfort zone to make like a real pizza, because in Buffalo and in New York, and like everybody has their own thing, right? And our pizza is so much different than like Neapolitan pizza or New York's pizza. It's like literally like a loaf of bread with sauce and cheese on it. It's thick. It's like, we're cold people out here. You know, we need some carbs in our life. So it's just a big ass meal. And I kind of went out of my comfort zone to try to make like a traditional pizza for Gordon Ramsay. And a lot of people hated on that a little bit, but I don't really care anymore. But man, like it's amazing. Like I've kind of, it's like you know, like training, you know, to get some of that hate and to go through it. I think everyone kind of needs to a little bit, but that would have bothered me quite a bit, you know. And if Gordon roasts me now, it's an honor. But before,
it's an honor.
I would have cried.
It's an honor. It really is.
Yeah.
People were like chain commenting Gordon Ramsay official on my videos when all that was going on. I'm like, please do not. I'm like, he doesn't belong here.
I know.
He does not belong here. I'm like, using like a jar of sauce and like he's gonna, like, please, I want him as far away from my content as he possibly could be.
Well, it's funny.
Let him go somewhere else.
Exactly. And it's funny you say that, because when that trend first started, I was like, people were asking me, hey, you need to do it. And I used to, I don't so much anymore, but I used to go live every single night, maybe twice a day for like hours, because I loved it. And everybody was talking about that. You need to go live, or you need to get Gordon, make Gordon a pizza, make Gordon a video. And I'm like, nope, because that guy was an idol to me. It is an idol to me. And it was like one of the biggest reasons I started cooking. And there is not one nice thing he's going to say about me.
No, and it would mess. You'd be like, no, it's too mental. Like,
you're not supposed to meet your heroes, ready for this, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was very hesitant, but you know what? I've been on the app long enough, so I made him a pizza, and you know, if he sees it, he sees it. Now, yeah, exactly.
It's fun, yeah. It really is.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. All of it's fun. Like, and food TikTok is the best because we're all cool with each other.
I know.
There's like no like drama really. I mean, like very like rarely like people like, oh, this person stole my video style or stole this or like whatever, but it's all like meh, and then you move on. Like no one really cares. Well, it's fun. I love it.
Yeah, 99% of it. I mean, there's two big creators that don't get along, and that's kind of been something that's been, I don't want to say challenging for me, but it's always been a part of my thing a little bit, because I've been close with like really everybody, and like a lot of people kind of channel like what's happening like with TikTok drama through me.
I'm not going to ask you who it is, but I don't think I know who it is. I think I know who it is, but I'm not going to say it now.
Yeah, everybody
not saying it now is awkward. We have to say it now.
Everybody knows. I mean, that Kuso and Matt don't get along.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
And then there's this other creator too, and she makes videos and stuff, and she purposely is like rude to the other food creators and stuff like that, and I don't like that.
Ew.
I'll tell you off air, because I don't want to air the dirty laundry, but people will be asking me for sure about that. But you could probably figure it out. But especially nice, genuine, great people that I met through the app, like Danos, everybody loves that guy, and he's just a great genuine person that reached out to me when I had no followers and just.
You have Daniels on your shelf, like a trophy back there. I saw.
We love
when
Danos.
you were. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
a
Danos,
huge jar of Daniels you have just in the studio?
Well, Danos was our podcast first sponsor.
Oh, that's so cool.
Danos reached out to me when I had a couple thousand followers and gave me some advice on how to grow my channel and stuff. And I shouldn't even say Danos. I'm talking about Dan. I mean,
yeah.
Great, genuine person. And there's been so many genuine person that just like, yeah, I don't love when people are like nasty to just genuine people that I care about, because it's like, we're kind of like a family a little bit,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I have had a lot of female creators reach out to me and just say, hey, how do you handle the hate? I'm getting a lot of like stuff like that. And honestly, I'm like, I'm not the person to ask, because I always, have something to say back to them. I'm like, you're asking the wrong person, but It really is hard. That's why I don't really show myself that much on video, because I'm like, I don't want people to now be roasting me because my makeup is off or my hair, like something. I'm like, I just want it to be about the food. But if you do put yourself out there and you are showing yourself and stuff, especially a lot of these female creators, people will rip you. I'm like, this is not what it's supposed to be about. I just want to make like a calzone. Why are you picking on me?
I can't necessarily relate to that, but I know people do go after you a little bit. Like, people say I look tired. People say, fix your hairline, and then people will say, yeah. And then like when I do my voiceovers, a lot of times, like, and I'm from Buffalo, New York, like we have a little bit of a nasally thing. People always say like, go blow your nose and shit. Like, it's funny to me I just try to read it in like
I love your voiceovers, by the way. I feel like they're so soothing. They're always so nice. I really do really like them a lot.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I like them.
But like, seriously, I can't like thank you enough for your time, and I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. Like, this is a blast for me. Of course. And
me too. I was so looking forward to talking to you. This is great.
Awesome. Well, we'll definitely promote you on, through our channels and stuff like that. And,
thank you. And I'll do the same back, of course.
Good. Yeah, we're excited, and we'll have you back soon. Okay.
I would love it. All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, I'm texting you, by the way.
Okay. Bye.